Hello everyone, and welcome back to Daily English. Let me ask you something. Have you ever understood English perfectly in your mind, but when it was finally your turn to speak, your brain suddenly became slow? You knew the words, you knew the grammar, you even practiced before. But in that moment, your thoughts became stuck somewhere between your native language and English. And while you were translating sentence by sentence in your head, the conversation already moved on. If that has ever happened to you, this lesson is for you. Because today, we're going to talk about one of the biggest differences between intermediate English learners and truly fluent English speakers. Fluent speakers do not translate every sentence. They think directly in English. And no, this is not magic. It is not talent. It is not something only people living in America or England can do. It is a skill, a trainable skill. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to build it step by step in a natural and realistic way. By the end of this lesson, you will understand why translating slows your fluency, how native-like thinking actually works, how to train your brain to respond faster, and how to finally start speaking English with confidence instead of fear. And trust me, some of the techniques in this lesson are things most English teachers never talk about. So stay with me until the end, because this might completely change the way you learn English forever. And before we begin, if you truly want to improve your English naturally and confidently, make sure you subscribe to Daily English, like this video, and leave a comment telling me where you're watching from and what your biggest English challenge is right now. I read your comments every day, and this channel is built for learners exactly like you. Now, let's begin. One of the biggest mistakes English learners make is believing that fluency comes from memorizing more grammar rules. But fluency is not only knowledge. Fluency is speed. It is the ability to understand quickly, think quickly, and respond naturally without mentally translating every word. Imagine this situation. You are in an online meeting with international coworkers. Your manager asks, "Can you give us a quick update on the project?" Now, maybe you understand every word, but your brain starts doing this. First, you translate the question into your native language. Then you think of your answer in your native language. Then you translate your answer back into English. Then you check your grammar. Then you worry about pronunciation. And by the time you are ready to speak, 5 seconds of silence have already passed. You feel nervous. Your confidence drops. And suddenly, even simple English feels difficult. This happens to millions of learners. And honestly, it is exhausting. Because translating is like carrying a heavy backpack while trying to run. Your brain is working twice as hard as it needs to. Now here's the interesting part. When children learn language, they do not translate. A child does not see an apple and think, "Okay, what is the word for apple in my language?" No. They connect the object directly to meaning. That is exactly how fluent English thinking works. And this changes everything. Because once you stop connecting English words to your native language and start connecting them directly to experiences, emotions, actions, and images, your fluency becomes faster and more natural. So how do we actually do this? Let's start with the first powerful habit. Train your brain using micro-thinking moments. Most learners think they need 1 hour of perfect study every day, but real fluency is often built in tiny moments. 30 seconds here, 1 minute there, 5 minutes while walking, 2 minutes while cooking. Small moments repeated consistently are incredibly powerful. For example, tomorrow morning when you wake up, do not immediately think in your native language. Instead, start your day with simple English thoughts. I'm tired. I need coffee. Today is going to be busy. Where did I put my phone? I should leave earlier today. Simple, natural, real. Do not worry about perfect grammar. Your goal is not perfection. Your goal is connection. You are teaching your brain. English is not only a school subject. English is part of my life. That shift is powerful. Another great exercise is describing your environment. Look around your room right now and think in English. The window is open. My bag is on the chair. The weather looks cloudy. I need to clean my desk. There's too much stuff on this table. This sounds simple, but it works because you are training direct thought association. No translation, just meaning. And here's an advanced fluency secret many learners never hear. Your brain becomes fluent through repetition of emotional language, not only academic language. That means you should practice real emotional expressions like, "I'm stressed out. I'm excited about this. That was awkward. I can't believe that happened." This is one of the most powerful brain training exercises ever. Now predict. Maybe. "I'm really nervous. I hope everything goes well. I haven't prepared enough." This trains anticipation. And anticipation is a huge part of real conversation. Native speakers are constantly predicting meaning unconsciously. That is why they respond quickly. Your brain can learn this too. Now, let me tell you something important. You do not need to understand every word to think in English. This idea destroys confidence for many learners. Some students stop speaking completely because they think, "If I can't say it perfectly, I shouldn't speak." That mindset is dangerous. Fluent people are not perfect people. Fluent people are comfortable with imperfection. Even native speakers make mistakes constantly. They forget words, restart sentences, use fillers, change ideas halfway through speaking. Real communication is messy.
And that is okay.
Your goal is communication, not robotic perfection.
So instead of saying,
"I can't speak English,"
try saying,
"I can communicate in English, but I'm still improving." That one sentence changes your identity. And identity matters in language learning. "My English is bad. I'm too slow. I'll never sound fluent." Your brain starts believing it. But if you say, "I'm becoming more confident every day. I understand more than before. I'm improving little by little," your motivation changes. And motivation changes consistency. And consistency creates fluency. Now here's another advanced strategy. Stop learning single words. Start learning thought patterns. For example, many learners memorize vocabulary like this. Delay equals late. Decision equals choice. Opportunity equals chance. But native speakers learn language in chunks. For example, "Sorry for the delay. I made a difficult decision. This is a great opportunity." Notice the difference? You are learning complete thought patterns instead of isolated words. This helps your speaking speed dramatically. Because during conversation, your brain does not have time to build every sentence from zero. Fluent speakers use ready-made language patterns. That is why expressions like these are powerful. To be honest, the thing is, as far as I know, at the end of the day, from my experience, these phrases buy you thinking time. They make you sound natural, and they help conversations flow smoothly. Now I want to talk about something deeply important.
fear.
Fear is one of the biggest reasons learners cannot think in English naturally. Not because they lack vocabulary, not because they are unintelligent, but because they're afraid of sounding foolish. Maybe someone laughed at your pronunciation before. Maybe you felt embarrassed in class. Maybe someone interrupted you while speaking. So now your brain associates English with pressure. And under pressure, the brain becomes slower. This is why relaxed practice is so important. You need safe spaces where you can think and speak without fear.
Talk to yourself.
Record your voice. Shadow YouTube speakers. Practice alone while walking. The more relaxed your brain becomes around English, the more naturally English thoughts begin appearing. And yes, talking to yourself works. In fact, many advanced language learners do it regularly. You can talk about your plans. "I need to finish this project. I should call my friend later. I really need more sleep." Or describe your day. "The meeting was exhausting. The restaurant was crowded. The movie was surprisingly good." The goal is flow, not perfection.
Flow.
And something amazing happens after enough repetition. One day, you suddenly realize, "I just thought in English without translating." That moment feels incredible, because it proves your brain is changing. Now let's pause for a moment. If you're enjoying this lesson and learning something valuable, make sure you like this video, subscribe to Daily English, and leave a comment with one English sentence describing your day today. Do not overthink it. Just communicate naturally. Remember, progress grows through action, not silence. Now, let's continue with one of the most powerful fluency habits ever: environmental immersion. You do not need to move abroad to create an English environment. You can build one yourself. Change your phone language to English. Use English subtitles. Follow English-speaking creators. Listen to English during daily routines. But here's the important part. Do not only consume educational English. Consume emotional English. Funny English. Relaxing English. Interesting English. Watch interviews. Travel videos. Sports discussions. Cooking channels. Motivational podcasts. Real conversations. Because fluency grows faster when curiosity is involved. Your brain remembers emotionally interesting content more easily. That's why you can remember song lyrics for years, but forget textbook vocabulary after 1 week. Emotion strengthens memory. Now here's another advanced tip. Stop translating abstract words. Visualize them instead. For example, when you hear the word freedom, do not search for translation immediately. Instead, imagine freedom: a person traveling, a bird flying, someone leaving a stressful job. Connect meaning directly to experience. This is exactly how native understanding works. The same with words like success, peace, confidence, stress, loneliness, ambition. Build emotional images instead of translation chains. Now, let's discuss response speed. Many learners actually know enough English already. The real problem is delayed access. Their English knowledge is trapped behind translation habits. So, how do you improve response speed? Practice instant answers. For example, ask yourself random questions and answer immediately. What's your favorite food? What did you do last weekend? What kind of weather do you enjoy? What's something you want to improve this year? Answer quickly, even if your grammar is imperfect. Fast imperfect English is often more useful than slow perfect English, because communication is movement. Now, another powerful technique: narration practice. Narrate your actions in English throughout the day. I'm opening my laptop. I'm checking my email. I'm making dinner. I'm waiting for the bus. This sounds almost too simple, but simple habits repeated daily create extraordinary results. And remember, thinking in English is not a single breakthrough moment. It is gradual rewiring. At first, maybe you can think in English for 10 seconds, then 30 seconds, then 1 minute. Then suddenly, entire conversations begin happening naturally in your mind. That is progress. Now, let's talk about pronunciation and thinking speed. Many learners silently think in English with the pronunciation rules of their native language. This creates confusion during speaking. So when practicing mental English, hear the sounds correctly in your mind. Shadow native speakers. Pause and repeat. Pause and repeat. Not like a robot, like an actor learning a role. Pay attention to rhythm, emotion, stress, pauses, energy. English is musical. And fluent thinking becomes easier when your brain becomes familiar with English rhythm. Now here's another advanced fluency secret. Learn hesitation naturally. Native speakers hesitate constantly. They say, "Let me think. You know, honestly. Well, I mean," these expressions help conversations breathe naturally. Many learners fear pauses, but natural pauses are normal. What matters is staying calm during them. Confidence is not speaking perfectly without pauses. Confidence is staying relaxed even when searching for words. Now, I want you to imagine your future self. Imagine speaking English naturally during a job interview, traveling confidently, making international friends, expressing your personality freely, not trapped behind translation, not silently rehearsing every sentence, but communicating naturally and confidently. That future version of you is possible. And the path there is not magic. It is daily repetition, daily courage, daily exposure. Even 15 focused minutes every day can completely transform your fluency over time. And please remember this: your accent does not make you less intelligent. Your mistakes do not make you a failure. Your slow moments do not define your future fluency. Every fluent speaker once struggled too. Every confident communicator was once nervous. Growth always looks awkward at the beginning, but awkward practice creates confident performance later. Now, let's go even deeper into advanced thinking habits. One of the fastest ways to improve mental fluency is storytelling. Tell yourself short stories in English. For example, yesterday I missed my bus because I woke up late. Then I rushed out of the house without breakfast. When I finally arrived at work, I realized I forgot my charger at home.
Simple story.
Real sequence. Natural language flow. Stories force your brain to connect ideas smoothly. And conversations are basically mini stories. Another great exercise is opinion training. Choose random topics and give your opinion in English. For example, social media, online learning, travel, music, success, money, technology. Say things like, I think social media can be useful if people use it carefully. In my opinion, traveling teaches life lessons. I believe consistency is more important than talent. Opinions build fluency because real conversations often revolve around ideas, not grammar exercises. Now, let's discuss mental fatigue. Thinking in another language is tiring at first. That is normal. Your brain is building new neural pathways. Do not confuse tiredness with failure. Sometimes learners say, "My brain hurts when I think in English." That actually means your brain is working hard and adapting. The key is balance. Challenge yourself, but do not emotionally punish yourself. Progress grows faster in encouragement than in shame. Celebrate small wins. Maybe today you understood a podcast sentence instantly. Maybe you responded faster than before. Maybe you thought in English for 1 full minute naturally. That matters. Tiny improvements become huge transformations later. And one more thing. Stop waiting to feel ready. Many learners delay speaking because they want perfect confidence first. But confidence usually comes after action, not before it. You build confidence by surviving uncomfortable moments repeatedly. So speak before you feel fully ready. Think before you feel fully prepared. Practice before you feel perfect. That is how fluency grows. Now, as we get closer to the end of this lesson, I want to leave you with something powerful. Language learning is not only about words. It is about identity. When you learn English deeply, you are not becoming someone else. You are expanding yourself. You are opening new opportunities, new friendships, new ideas, and new experiences. You are building another voice inside your mind. And that process takes courage, especially on difficult days when progress feels slow. But never underestimate what daily practice can do over time. 1 year of consistent effort can completely transform your communication skills. And someday, maybe sooner than you think, you will suddenly notice something incredible. You will laugh at a joke in English instantly. You will dream in English. You will react emotionally in English without translating. And in that moment, you will realize English is no longer something you study. It has become part of you. If this lesson helped you today, make sure you subscribe to Daily English, like this video, and leave a comment telling me which tip you will start using first. I truly want to hear from you. And if you know someone struggling with confidence in English, share this lesson with them because sometimes one encouraging video can completely change someone's learning journey. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Keep practicing. Keep believing in yourself. Keep showing up consistently. Your English journey is not finished. You're just getting started. And I'll see you in the next lesson here on Daily English.